The 920 log splitter is a safe and easy tool to tackle splitting jobs of every size. The torsion axle suspension reduces the bounce and makes for a smooth drive to the job. Once you've arrived, advanced safety features ensure that when properly operated, you'll be safe and protected as you split. 2 hands are always required to operate the splitter, and you'll never remove stuck logs by hand. The spring-loaded wedge cleaner will knock them right off the wedge. General safety features. To use the splitter, you must be over 18 years old, of sound body and mind, and familiar with the machine as taught to you by someone with experience. You must also read and understand all safety messages and instructions in the user manual. Failure to do so can lead to injury, especially to hands and fingers. Pay special attention to the safety decals fixed to the body of the splitter near specific hazard points. Never change or alter the machine. All shields, guards, safety devices, and decals must be kept in place. The splitter must always be operated in full compliance with all state, local, and national regulations, including OSHA regulations. Never operate the splitter under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or prescriptions that prohibit operation of machinery or any other substances that impair your cognitive or physical ability. Always wear proper PPE while moving or operating the machine. This includes eye protection like safety glasses or a full face shield, earplugs, a hard hat, gloves, and steel-toed boots. The splitter may also throw logs and debris during operation, so observers must always wear a hard hat and safety goggles. If you're working near traffic, wear reflective clothes. Never wear loose-fitting clothing, jewelry, or anything which could get caught, and keep your head and facial hair pulled back while operating the machine. Only one person should operate the splitter at any time. The person who loads the log should operate the controls. Never remove split wood while operating the machine, and always operate the control lever with both hands. Never use your elbows, feet, or other body parts. While moving or operating the splitter, stay clear of any moving parts. Keep clear of falling or flying wood. If wood is stuck, don't try to remove it from the wedge. Instead, push the wedge cleaner into the down position as the wedge returns. Keep your fingers clear as you do. Always operate the machine outdoors and avoid standing near or breathing in the engine exhaust and fumes. Engine exhaust contains toxic carbon monoxide gas that can cause unconsciousness and death. Fuel fumes can catch fire or explode. Do not smoke or operate near flames or sparks. Also, avoid operating near flammable dust or vapors. If possible, keep a fire extinguisher capable of extinguishing petrol fires near you while you operate. Only operate when there is enough light, either natural or artificial, and allow for plenty of side and overhead clearance between the machine and buildings, fences, trees, and other obstacles. Use extreme caution if moving the splitter down any incline. Never leave the splitter unattended while the engine runs, even for a short time. There's no place to stand on the splitter, so never try. Also, never allow anybody else to stand or ride on the machine. Never lift the splitter over any person. If the splitter tips, that person could be crushed. If possible, pick a worksite free from bystanders. If you cannot avoid having others on the worksite, keep all observers or coworkers at a safe distance from the machine and use traffic flag personnel, signs, cones, and lighting devices to warn or divert traffic and pedestrians. Stop the machine immediately if anyone comes too close. Transporting the machine. Before towing, make sure that the towing vehicle is in legal operating condition and exceeds the recommended specifications for towing. The towing vehicle should have a 2-inch ball mount which is in good repair and securely fastened. It should also have trailer lights if required by local towing laws. When attaching the splitter to the vehicle, cross the chains under the trailer tongue to prevent it dropping to the ground. Also, make sure to attach the safety chain in a way that it cannot come loose. Only allow enough slack in the chains to allow for proper turning of the vehicle. Never leave enough slack for the chains to drag on the ground, or leave too little so it's drawn too tight. The slack should hold the tongue and coupler off the ground if the splitter becomes disconnected from the tow vehicle. Lock the rail in the horizontal position while towing. The swivel jack or stand should be parallel with the tongue with a pin in place. When you tow, never go faster than 45 miles per hour and always obey all local traffic laws. Allow for extra clearance around the vehicle and stop after a few blocks to check your load and retighten the hitch to the ball if necessary. Before you operate. Before you start the engine, look to make sure nothing is worn or damaged. Replace any worn or damaged parts and all bolts as well to maintain the splitter's balance points. Always check that the engine and hydraulic oil reserves are full. Running the engine without these fluids could seriously damage the engine and hydraulic pump. Before starting, also check for leaks using a piece of cardboard. Hydraulic oil is under extreme pressure while the machine is on. If touched, it can burn or even poison you. Operating the machine. When you arrive on site, always do a site assessment first. Look around for any conditions or obstructions that could hinder splitting or make operating the machine unsafe for anyone. If there's a source of sparks, flames, or unknown vapors nearby, do not operate. When your assessment is complete, park the log splitter on dry, level ground. Never park on a slope or with unsure footing. If you're going to disconnect from the tow vehicle, pull out the detent ring pin from the front leg or swivel jack. Rotate the leg or jack to the vertical position. Replace the pin. Ensure the latch is locked when using it in either the vertical or horizontal position. Turn the fuel line valve, choke, and engine switches to the on position. Pull the starter. Once the splitter starts, run it for 30 seconds to 1 minute at half throttle. Keep personnel clear during this break-in period. After warming up, run the cylinder out once without splitting any wood. When ready, load your log by holding it on its sides. Never load the log by holding it on its ends. To split, move to the back of the machine. Push down on either lockout lever with one hand, and with your other hand, move the valve control lever forward. The log will split. Once complete, pull the lever back. The valve detent will return and automatically release once the cylinder rod fully retracts. If the wood sticks to the wedge, don't try to remove it by hand. Instead, push the spring-loaded wedge cleaner down. Doing so will clear the wood from the wedge as it returns. Keep your fingers clear from the wood as the wedge retracts. To use the splitter in the vertical rail position, first disconnect the splitter from the towing vehicle. You will not be able to rotate to vertical if it's still attached. Pull the latch pin and rotate the rail using the handle. Make sure the vertical latch pin locks in place. Both pins can be unlocked and relocked manually by rotating the pin handle behind the stop. When moving to the vertical position, the end of the rail will touch the ground before the rail latches into place. The whole machine will roll back a few inches as the rail approaches vertical. Follow the same splitting procedures as in the horizontal position. After the job. Once splitting is complete, turn off the ignition switch. Close the fuel shutoff valve. If you don't, fuel could leak into the cylinder and crankcase. Damage from this is not covered under warranty. Never leave the machine running while unattended. The muffler and engine get hot enough to cause serious burns. Always make sure the engine is turned off and let the machine cool entirely before refueling, performing maintenance, cleaning, or touching the engine, muffler, hydraulic lines, or hydraulic fluid. To clean the machine, wait until it's cool and then spray it down with water. Once you return to the shop, complete all other required cleaning and lubrication maintenance. For more specifics about product assembly, warranty information, maintenance tasks, and more, consult your owner's manual and visit www.barretomfg.com.